Welcome to AI Verdict. This is where we break down all the latest in artificial intelligence. Today, we're digging into Google's newest shot at conquering AI video. It's called Veo 3.1. They're making some pretty big promises, claiming these upgrades could finally make AI video a real go-to tool for creators. So let's get into it, see what's new, and figure out if it actually lives up to all the hype.
You know the drill, right? We've all been there. You try to get an AI to make a cool video from a photo, and it just spits out some random person. Or you're trying to tell a little story, and your main character's face completely changes from one shot to the next. It's been a huge frustration for a while now. So really, the big question is, can this new update finally fix all of that?
So, how exactly is Google trying to solve these creative headaches? Well, their big answer is Veo 3.1. This isn't just a minor tweak. This update is specifically built to tackle those consistency issues and give creators way more control over what comes out the other end.
Okay, so what are these so-called game-changing upgrades? Let's dive into the specifics that creators have really been hoping for.
First up, and honestly, this is a huge deal, native vertical video. You can now generate clips that are perfectly formatted for platforms like Instagram or YouTube Shorts right from the start. That means you can take a vertical photo of yourself, tell the AI to animate it, and it'll actually keep that same phone-friendly shape. The whole point is to give you social-ready content right out of the gate.
Next up, the AI has gotten a lot smarter at understanding what you actually want. The source material says it has more finesse when you ask it to combine tricky things, like, say, putting a specific car texture into some wild fantasy landscape. What this really means is you can get more lively, more dynamic clips without having to write a novel for a prompt. It's all about giving you more creative control with way less effort.
But this is where things get really interesting. Consistency. For the longest time, this has been the Achilles heel of AI video. You see, a lot of these models generate video almost frame by frame, and without a real sense of object permanence, they can just forget what a character is supposed to look like from one second to the next. Keeping a character looking the same has been incredibly difficult.
And this slide shows you the solution perfectly. Veo 3.1 is specifically designed to maintain what Google is calling identity consistency. And what that means is your character should keep their main features, even when the background changes or the action gets crazy. This makes the idea of telling an actual story with AI video feel like a much more realistic possibility.
So you're probably wondering, okay, this sounds great, but where can I actually try it? Let's take a look at how Google is rolling all of this out.
Well, access is definitely expanding. It's rolling out to Google AI Premium subscribers first. But, and this is a first, it's also coming directly into YouTube Shorts and the YouTube Create app, which could mean free access for a ton of users. For developers, it's available in AI Studio. And if you need the absolute highest quality settings, there's a separate tool called Flow you can check out.
Of course, company announcements are one thing. The real test is always how this stuff performs out in the wild. The source we're looking at today really put Veo 3.1 through its paces. And let's just say the results were pretty mixed.
On the one hand, there were these moments of just pure brilliance. The user who tested it was at times clearly blown away by some of the videos it created. And here's the thing, when it works, it really works. In one test, the user uploaded a photo of themselves and just prompted the AI to show them walking on Mars in a spacesuit. The result was described as pretty insane and way better than anything before it, creating this surprisingly realistic video. But then, you have the other side of the coin. The very same user ran into a whole bunch of frustrations, which just goes to show you that this technology is still far from flawless. For instance, in another attempt using the exact same photo, the AI just spat out a totally random character, completely ignoring the picture it was given. Other times, you got that classic AI weirdness, like that unnatural, kind of creepy, weird smile you see here. So it's clear that even with all these upgrades, it is still very hit and miss. So, after looking at the cool new features and the not-so-cool real-world tests, what's our final verdict on this update?
Well, the main takeaway is that Veo 3.1 is, without a doubt, a big improvement. The source calls it a step in the right direction, especially when it comes to more realistic textures and that all-important consistency. But it is not a magic button. You still have to work around its quirks and understand that it's a powerful tool, but it's definitely not a perfect one.
And one last really crucial detail here, safety and transparency. Every single video that comes out of these Google tools is embedded with something called SynthID. Think of it as an invisible digital watermark that lets other systems know that the content is AI generated.
And in today's world, that is a critical tool for telling what's real and what isn't.
Which, leaves us with one final thought. As these tools become more and more powerful, able to create these almost real videos from just a few words, it really makes you wonder, who is the real artist here? Is it the AI that's rendering all the pixels, or is it the human creativity behind the prompt that's actually bringing the vision to life? That's a question I think we're all going to be figuring out as this